Hello guys, I hope you guys are all well and welcome to the Libra new moon, which is happening the 25th or 26th, wherever you are in the world. Now, we are in cardinal time. Okay, Libra does not play. Libra is one of the most strongest signs, especially out of all the air signs, Libra is the most strongest one because it is a fist in a velvet glove. And with this Libra new moon, it's going to be at 2 degrees. So all the cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Capricorn and Cancer, you're going to be feeling this. If you are September Libra, you're going to be feeling this, of course. If you are December Capricorn, you're going to be feeling this. If you are June Cancer, and if you are, there's a last one. Yes, if you are March Pisces. Not only that, if you are born in the last degrees of the mutable signs as well, you're going to be feeling this, which is Pisces. So it's March, Pisces, late March, late June of Gemini, September of Virgo, and December of Sagittarius, because it's such a close degree. This Libra new moon is the Venus degree because of the degree aspect. It's the decan of Venus. So it's going to be double the energies of this whole Venus theme. Libra rules relationships, contracts, business and personal. It's the 7 signs of the zodiac. And it's all to do with the scales. It's all about balance. With this Libra new moon, it does oppose Jupiter retrograde in Aries. So we can find ourselves, being very optimistic, very gung-ho, let's do this, let's do that, let's start this new relationship. All of these heavy, overly excited themes. And it can be to do with also, especially if you're going to Jupiter theme of, the law, and because also Libra does rule like the law. It's like the judge and the jury of the zodiac. That's what I call it. But we can also, it's all about starting something fresh in terms of our relationship. And we could be overestimating, we could be being too over the top, but also positive as well. But because it's retrograde, we're going to have to really think back. Because if something doesn't really go the way that we want it to, then what? Because we haven't had a plan B. So, yes, it's an opposition. There's also like other planet conversations happening with the conjunction to Mercury, conjunction to Venus as well. Because it's all like in the beginning of Libra. So, yes, you can feel a lot of that, but the main one is the opposition to Jupiter. Now, I don't feel oppositions and squares are really bad because it can just make us, we have to put more work in. We also have to stand a bit still, and we also have to think before we act, think before we speak. And you can still shine. That's one thing I actually learned. I didn't think that it was possible, just that you can still shine, but especially when you're getting squared, you just have to put more work in, basically. It just asks Taurus how that is. So yes, so on one hand, very positive time, but on the other hand, there can be us leaning back and having to go over things because we haven't really thought things through. And with this Libra new moon, it's obviously going with the themes of this whole Libra as well. Like, it's about balance. It's also about equality. So I feel that a lot of that's also about judgment as well. We are dealing with the judgment card. The judgment card is alive and kicking. And also, as I record this is actually before the autumn equinox. So I'm going to be doing a video on that. So listen out for that, guys. So yes, so all of these themes are going to be coming up. Also, other themes I'm picking up with this as well is that with this new moon, I'm working with Libra. I love Libra, the sign. Maybe because I've got a lot of Venus in my chart. So so whenever Libra, especially if I meet a Libra as well, they're very pleasant, they're very charming. I find them loyal in their own way as well. But also there's this grace about them. So I feel that a lot of us are going to be, of course, anytime the sign changes, there's going to be a lot of projection of that. But also remember, Libra is not a pushover. Okay, so on, you know, one of the things about Libra, they don't like to have like any confrontation. Anyone that's Venus heavily ruled, they don't like confrontation. They want a peaceful life. They're very laid back. You know, yes, they do work, but there's a slash laziness slash laid backness about them. They like pleasures. They're very charming. They make really good friends as well. And, you know, yes, that's the main thing. Pleasure, harmony, and balance. So that's one of the themes we're going to be emoting and bringing out there. So this new moon in Libra, especially because it's double Venus as well, there can be this dreamy quality and element of this, of charm and, you know, meeting up with people, being overly nice to people. And, you know, we can also feel quite, I'll say lazy slash relaxed about what's going on. But we have to also remember, whenever Libra is activated, so is the opposite of Libra, which is Aries. So, and I say this because my mind is going towards the Pluto in Libra generation. And as you guys know, I've been hailing them. I've been bigging them up for a very long time, not to be biased, but only because they're going to be coming into power for the next 20 years going forward with the Pluto in Sagittarius. And yes, yes, so that's one of the reasons why I say that, and I will continue to say it. You know, I think everyone should big up their generation, regardless what generation you are in. You know, my generation is all about balance anyway. So if you're Pluto, Scorpio, Leo, big up your generation, okay? So yeah, so yeah, so these are the main themes that we could be, that we are going to be experienced during this Libra new moon. And this is a great time to be setting intentions to harmonize yourself, harmonize your relationships, but also knowing that, you know, even though we're going to be putting 2 steps forward, we may have to have 1 foot back because of that whole excitement that we could also be feeling. There's also an element of things going back to the past because we have this Mercury retrograde in Libra. So, you know, don't be surprised if like past themes come up. But also, so again, don't be surprised if like things like certain things you like do with law, business and contracts, all of that changes. But remember, we're still in Mercury retrograde. So things may take a while. Like even if you're setting like intentions, they may take a while, but still it's things will be sort of set into motion. With this, with Libra, you know, Saturn's in Libra's 5th house, which can be a benefit or hindrance to them when it comes to creativity, their children, love life, gambling in any shape or form. There can be an element of that, or obviously lots of restrictions to that. But this is going to be the last time, and I'm going to say it's for every time you have a new moon in any sign or a full moon. This is going to be the last time Saturn's going to be in the 5th house for Librans in general. And yeah, I'll say that. This is going to be the last time for the next 30 years. So it's like, it's a time to like starting something new, but also wrapping some shit up as well. You know, don't forget to wrap up things because Saturn's more or less in its last degrees. And also we are going through this sort of Saturn square Uranus, which is going on. And also Libra is going through another, another theme in terms of like the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, which is in its 6th house. So I feel that a lot of Librans, when I pull out the cards anyway, I'll talk about it more, but I feel a lot of them are going to be really concentrating on like their health and wellness and their work, their relationships, relationships with their kids, or even like starting to date again, even though there might be a serious element to it. Some of them might even feel that they want to commit now. So again, it's a brand new time. It's a double Venus one, of the deacon. So they can be a bit more loving. Some of us can find ourselves a little bit more loving towards our partner. We could also want to have a little bit more fun. We could be going over the top again, because remember Jupiter's involved. But then we just may have to just rein it in, or find ways to rein it in, because remember, this is all about balance as well. So I've pulled out some oracle cards for us to work with during this Libra new moon. And I've also got cards for all the signs as well, just like one tarot card. I'm really sorry that you're not really seeing the cards. I forgot to say it before, but my phone's going through some things. But you will see the cards again, don't worry. But I'll just more or less describe what they're like for you guys. So yes, so the first card we got is perception. And the first oracle card message is perception. So a lot of us could be, because Libra is very much a charming sign. So we could be, there could be a lot of perception going on, like how we're being perceived. Things are being perceived in a way that is actually not. Like the veil, it could also be lifted off in a way that we never envisioned. But is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Who knows? But yes, but it is a time for us to like, it is a time for us ability to like see and hear, or, seeing through things that are, just opening our eyes, I would say. I feel a lot of us will be opening our eyes to, because Libra does rule injustice. So I feel that a lot of us during this time will be opening our eyes to like injustices that are going on, whether it's to do with like the law, the courts, people that are like lower than others. I feel that there may be this sort of veil that's definitely been lifted off. And, big time to observe our thoughts, observe like what we are, how we're communicating in general, especially like to our partners, because our relationships are playing a big part in this. So instead of just over talking, just really observe, really listen. Again, try to find balance as well. The second card we have is ancestors. And my mind's just gone to the fact that Pluto is in Libra's 4th house. So Libras are, they're going through some things, especially the Pluto and Libra generation. They're going through some things. So ancestors is also to do with the past. So the past, again, could be definitely coming back, I feel, in a big way. Again, Mercury retrograde, guys. Ancestors is also, some of us could be thinking about our ancestors. I won't be surprised as well. There's a big change that's happening in the UK. So ancestors, it could be lots of talk, lots of communication about what our parents did, or what our ancestors, what they went through, what they've been through. But also, I feel that some of us may be connecting more with our family, like our elders, It feels, because of Mercury retrograde in Libra, there's a big need, and there's a big thought of like nostalgia. Okay, big thought of nostalgia. And nostalgia is not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. I'm from the UK, and the UK is a Capricorn sign, but also it's a very nostalgic country. It's very much to do with, in a way, trapped in the past. But, we are moving towards the future now, and it's quite hard for a lot of us. So I'm picking up with this oracle card about ancestors. Is like, it's really great to be learning about your ancestors, but also knowing to move with the times. So that's to do with balance as well. The last card we got is wisdom. So gaining wisdom in what's going to be happening within us. Gaining wisdom. The wisdom is also about the thought, the higher thought. also learning. So this is actually a great time to be learning a lot more about yourself and your relationships with others. I feel that there may be a time where a lot of us will need to come together during this Libra new moon and learning from each other, learning from different cultures. And remember, Jupiter's all about different creeds and cultures. It's to do with race. So I feel that a lot of us may be, you know, some of us may be willing to open up more, you know, not being so discriminatory, or just learning about things, and also we can also learn about ourselves, and even like how we're communicating, and also what we're learning. There's a whole new world out there. I feel a lot of us will definitely be learning about this too. So when it comes to the essential oils that you could use for this Libra new moon, again, I'll always say it, lavender is my main thing. Love, love, love lavender. Rosemary is also very good. Rosemary is really good for your memory. It also helps to like boost confidence. That is because, you know, with moons, full or new moons, we can actually feel quite tired. So it's really good to be using things, you know, just to keep your brain sharp. And, you know, because we can be very busy. Remember, this is air, it's cardinal, it's a brand new beginning, it's a change of a season. So we could be very busy now. A lot of mental chatter, very distracted. So we may need to keep on top of things. So for mental energy, Mercury is really, rosemary is really good. Rosemary is really good. Rose essential oil, remember, this is Venus. So rose is a very good oil for like Taurus and for Libra. It helps, you know, for peace and balance. It's also very good for stress. It's also an oil of love, guys. So like there could be lots of that love talk, love making, that type of thing. It also just helps calm you down. Cedarwood, I've been using cedarwood nearly every night now. It's really, cedarwood is actually great to be calming the mind. Helps you have, like lavender, helps you have a nice sleep. And also any stress that can come as well. There could be some drama and arguments with every moon that could happen. So it's like a protection oil. It's a very much a grounding oil. It helps release tension and anxiety. Again, it helps with, like rosemary, it helps with like, you know, being mentally strong, with concentration too, and for harmony. Okay, so those are the essential oils that I will be using, and you may be using too. Again, disclaimer, check with your health practitioner before you use essential oils, especially for the first time. Okay, so guys, are you ready to hear for the signs? Let's get to it. So Aries, this is in your 7th house. So you're going to be shining along with Libra, especially early degrees, Aries. So, and also with Jupiter being in your 1st house as well, I feel a lot of you definitely will be learning a lot more about your relationship. Okay, this is, remember, it's retrograde. So there might be a going back over stuff, going back and communicating with stuff. If there's any stress or strife or drama and yada yada, this is the time where you're going to be easing it out. Because you guys may be feeling you're getting, things just getting a little bit too much. So you just need to things just need to be said, basically. If some of you are single, I feel that some of you may meet someone from a different culture, different creed. You can learn a lot about them. Some of you may want to be thinking about immigrating. So you and your partner could be thinking about living in another country. But again, I feel your sense of mind, but also your beliefs about relationships will change. It's a great time to be starting fresh. There may be more of a commitment. You may be thinking about marriage, or thinking about moving, or thinking about doing something a bit more fun. With Jupiter being in your sign as well, that's giving you like a dose of optimism. So even if things seem very quite stagnated, there's always something you could do now, Aries, to start something new. So the card that you have is the 8 of Pentacles, which is an earth card. It's actually going to be helping. This card is actually about grounding. So It's actually a lovely card. It's just showing you that, you know, it's about, you have to put the work in. If you know the relationship is worth it, Aries, which 9 times out of 10 it is, it's about putting that work in. Okay, some of you may be concentrating so much on yourself, like your body, your image, your career, your goals, that your relationship may be taking a back seat. So it may feel like there's no wonder there's any of this drama that's happening. This card is just asking you, Aries, just to put a bit more work in, pay a bit more attention to what's going on, because the Eight of Pentacles is about the more work you put in, things will thrive, especially material things will thrive. Some Aries also look to see how your career's going, because if you're having stress in your career, that may be to do with because there's no balance in your relationship. So that's something to really look out for. But yes, the Eight of Pentacles just asking you just to put more work in. Hello, Taurus. So you're going to be feeling this because you're ruled by Venus, okay? You and Libra tend to get on anyway. Yes, you're very different, but you're very, very much peaceful people. So this is in your 6th house of health, wellness, and you've got the 12th house Jupiter action going on, which is about the unseen, the undoing, rest, relaxation, but also spirituality. So I feel with you, I feel that it might actually be a great time for a lot of you guys to be scheduling, resting, if you're not, because a lot of you, I have a feeling a lot of you Tauruses are working really hard in your job, in your career, maybe because you've got a lot of action that's happening with this nodes and the Saturn in your 10th. I feel that a lot of Tauruses are very busy. A lot of you are getting promotions, getting tangible results, but this new moon will be guiding you and asking you questions about how you're taking care of yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally. This is a great time to be starting that. This is also a great time to be listening to your intuition, resting as well, doing some type of spiritual work, looking back and thinking, this is what I used to do to relax, and now is that time to be doing it. Also, if a lot of you also, because during this time, fears could really come up for a lot of you Tauruses. Like, you might be thinking, if I don't do this, I won't be getting this, or if I don't work hard, then I'm going to be seen as lazy, or there's nothing wrong with resting. And I feel that you're going to be seeing it now. Okay, and try not to be too hard on yourself, Taurus. Okay, Libra's here. Libra, your sibling, or your partner in crime is here to tell you, just try to relax and rest. But also look to see if what you used to do, enjoy in terms of what, like, nice healthy food you're eating, or what type of workout you're doing, or what you used to do before you go to bed, i.e. like any prayer or spirituality. I feel like this can really help you, especially if you're feeling quite anxious or fearful in any way. So the card you got is the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is very much a mental card. It's a card that is to do with the mind. It's all about the ear. And for you, this is saying that some of you may be feeling, especially mentally, even all what I said, Taurus, mentally, emotionally, but especially mentally, very trapped or restricted in how things should be. So the chains will definitely have to be released, because you can just, because what can happen, Taurus, is that you can just, all the hard work you're putting in, it could just be like, you may have to just, it may all be sabotage because you're not taking care of your body, because you're not taking care of, your mental health as well. The 6th house is to do with the mental health. So I feel that you're going to be picking up signs and synchronicities to actually relax, to actually really take care of yourself. Okay. Gemini. So Gemini, you're going to have a great ride with this, because this is in your 5th house, the house of fun, the house of children, but you've got and also even with the opposition to Jupiter, it's in your 11th house. So this is like this 5th and 11th house, my goals and my dreams. You guys could also be extremely busy. You guys could be having lots of fun, dating, you know, your kids, if you have them, may be very busy with all these activities, or you could be thinking about having just putting like more activities for your kids. You could be going here, there, and everywhere. Or you guys may be finding that a lot of people want to ask you out. But with the Jupiter retrograde, it is about your goals and your dreams. So you could be doing much more, but then you might have to like chop off certain things and just like really stick to the facts. But all in all, Geminis, this is actually great for you. You know, there may be some themes that come up to do with like past friends. You know, there may be also, yeah, there may be like past friends come up, also goal, an old goal could be coming up. So you guys could be doing all these things at once, but then it's like, actually, I don't really want to do it. So you could be in two minds about things. So, you know, really pace yourself, because very much an exciting time for you. Very much an exciting time for you, especially you late degrees Geminis. So the card you have is a Knight of Wands and a fire sign, but also a sign that is about, in a way, it's about travel. In a way, it's about moving forward. I feel a lot of you are going to be charging forward. It's like once you know what you're doing, everything's going to be very clear and direct, and you're not going to be, you know, looking back. Lots of clear communication. This card is about talking anyway. So, but you have to really pay attention to things, because, you know, in the theme of excitement, because this is, I'm feeling that a lot of you are kind of having to seek a lot of balance, because you could just be presented with so many things and you're charging forth, and it's just like, I didn't want to do this. Why am I doing this? Or I can do it all. So you have to maintain some balance. I feel a lot of you will have to have a bit more open communication in your relationships too, just in case that people just don't feel left out. Communication is definitely key. So yeah, having lots of communications. And also I'm picking up not taking things for too much fun. There's going to be there may be a serious element to what's going on, Geminis. So you have to really look out for that. But again, I feel a lot of you are going to be having a great time. The Knight of Wands is very much a positive card. It's about, you know, action, dynamic action. So whatever you're going to be pursuing, you're really going to go for it. Hello, Cancer. So Cancer, this is actually your house, the fourth house, house of home, roots, emotional time. So you guys maybe want to be hibernating, but your career's calling. There's elements of career calling for a lot of you. Some of you, I'm picking up, some of you may, you know, because it's a brand new time for you to be setting goals to do with like the home and the roots. Some of you may be wanting to move, or you may be investing. I feel that a lot of Cancers, you know, because the 10th house is the highest house. A lot of Cancers are, you know, you're being seen at the moment, because this is going to be affecting you anyway, because this new moon. But I also feel that a lot of Cancers are, again, the star of the show in a way, especially at work. But I feel that there may be lots of like bosses coming up, a lot of black bosses. You may be caught like old bosses coming up. You know, I feel that a lot of people may want more of you, Cancer, like, could you do this? But a lot of you may want to stay at home. A lot of you may even ask to work from home more, because, you know, you may be feeling a bit more sensitive. You want to just be more closer to home and family. But still, the career is calling. With Jupiter being in your 10th house, it is about your, you know, let's just be honest, Cancer. People are watching you, and also I feel a lot of you are actually doing good. So it's going to be no wonder that you're going to be having like old bosses. Oh, could you work for me? I'll pay you this, or, you know, and it actually can sound too good to be true. It may be. Remember, we're in the retrograde season, so just be mindful, really pace yourself. But also look back on what you've learned from your old jobs, because there's a reason why you left that job. Okay, Cancer, even if you're offered more, you know, remember why you left. You know, that you probably just didn't believe in what was going on anymore. And I feel that during this time, I feel a lot of you are going to be learning a lot more about things, especially when it's connected like the home. Remember, I've got the ancestors card here. So I feel a lot of you are going to be connecting to how things used to be. Cancer, this new moon could feel very nostalgic for you. Some of you could be missing your old job, missing your old boss, missing the people that you used to work with. But also, you know, especially if you're traveling to work very far and you're not really close to home. Some of you could be really wanting to have that. So if you can get a chance to work from home, Cancer, which everyone's going to be doing in the future anyway, in this new world order that we're living in, by all means, ask for it. So the card that you have is the King of Swords, okay? And the King of Swords, again, you have a bit like Taurus, actually. You have it's a mental card. And I feel a lot of you are just doing lots of thinking. Thinking about, you know, changes you can make in a home, whether it's you actually moving away from home, working from home. There could be lots of, you'd be thinking about your career. Are you happy? Are you sad in it? But also this card is saying that things will actually work out, but you just will be very much mentally in the mind. So look about, I also, you know, for you Cancers, I feel look about what you actually enjoy doing and just put, you know, set the tone to implement it now. And I feel that this time you may even find that there's things that you may want to pursue and do. And you may find it, the more peaceful you are at home, things will be, you know, the wheels will actually start turning. But very much in the mind. But again, Cancer, like I said, you guys are, you know, the light is actually shining on you. Just that some of you will just want to be, maybe want to be alone or just close to home. Leo, so you're going to enjoy this new moon's in your 3rd house, okay? And you have it's also with the Jupiter retrograde in your 9th house. So you guys, it's like the mental, very much the mental, writing, speaking, communicating, higher learning. So you guys may be taking this time during this new moon to like actually going back to college, going back to writing, blogging, podcasting. Very much a communicative time, very much a time that a lot of you Leos are going to be very busy mentally, physically, yeah, especially mentally, very busy, very active. Some of you could be looking back at your childhood and you could be looking back on what you did. It could be like 30 years ago or even 3 years ago, about what you used to study, and you may go back to it because you found you had a lot of joy in that. This new moon is going to be heralding a new change when it comes to your communication with your siblings and short distance travel. So a lot of you could be doing that or be thinking about doing that. Okay. It's always a good thing, especially if it's to do with you learning something new about yourself. And other themes that could be coming up is, you know, joint finances. So if there's things that you want to pursue and learn, finances may be, you know, you could be thinking about how can you afford it. I feel that everything will be fine, Leos. You just have to not spend. And also for a lot of you Leos, you know, I feel that, you know, you have to really communicate with your partner in terms of what you're spending. You know, there could be an insecurity that comes up. You may feel that you're not good enough. You may not think you're not clever enough to do what you want to pursue and learn. You are. You know, you're the lion. You know, lions always shine regardless, and they just wing it. So this is a time to be doing that. So the card you have is a King of Wands, which is actually your card. It's a Leo card. The King of Wands is showing you, Leos, whatever you put your mind to, because very much a mental time, you can do it. You just have to be, you know, show the strength, the inner strength. It has to really come out and go for it. Some of you could also meet a person that is the King of Wands. You know, it could be a fire sign person that's actually helping you in some shape or form. But again, like I said, this is a great time to be learning something to do with writing, even like learn like a new skill. This is a great time to be doing it. Even if you feel like you're in two minds, just go for what your heart is saying, Leo. Because this card is about the heart. Okay, this is about direction. This is about going for it. I actually love when the King of Wands shows up, because it just shows that everything will be fine. And also this is a time to really put your plans into action as well. And this card is of creativity. So anything you're going to be doing, whether it's learning, higher learning, anything, something, it's about creation as well and being creative. Virgo. So this is in your 12th house. Okay. No, sorry, your 2nd house. And with it being in your 2nd house, this is money. Okay. Your self-worth, spending, eating, creativity, but most importantly, your self-worth. This is a new moon to be setting your attentions into money, earnings, okay, investing, agriculture. Remember, this is the Taurus house. Some of you may find yourself very, very serious. And some of you could be sort of splashing the cash, but then you have to find, I've got to save this, I've got to save this. So you got the Jupiter retrograde in your 8th. And this is showing you about, there's some things that need to be paid off. So just revitalizing your finances in some shape or form in a skill that you have will be really great. You could be thinking about, oh, I actually really enjoy doing that. That actually helped me, with my finances and some, that type of thing, Virgo. Your mind could be going back a lot to the past. And the 8th house is about our fears. It's also about debts, loans, and rebirth. So all of these themes could potentially be coming up now. But I feel that a lot of you are thinking about, saving really. If you're one of those Virgos that are quite stingy, you may even be more stingier now. If you're one of those Virgos that are stingy, you may be a little bit more free with your money as well, knowing what you're spending your money on. Okay, but also spending things on that make you happy, and it also does feel like it's a necessity as well. So very much a serious time for a lot of you Virgos. Working with your communicating with your partner, working with your partner can really help. Some of you Virgos might be feeling quite proud that you don't want to say what you need money for, what you're saving money for, or all these things about money. So I feel that communicating with your partner, again, is key. If you feel that you don't have enough or you need help in any way, communicate with your partner. And the card you have is the Queen of Swords, which is actually a card that is very bam, 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 bam. It's very obviously it's an intelligent card, but it's also a card that doesn't take any prisoners. So you Virgos may be very sharp and very much on the money during this time, okay, I'm going to pay this off, I'm going to pay that off, I'm going to save this, I'm going to save that. A lot of you Virgos, I feel, may not feel that you don't want to really socialize this month at all, because remember, you got the retrograde going in your house as well. So you guys, I'm getting the energy you're not really playing, especially with the Queen of Swords card. It's very much a card that is quite harsh, quite judgmental. So, and which is other elements that a lot of you Virgos have. So it's about chopping off the dead wood, spending money on what you don't need, spending money on what you need and what you don't need, clearing out any debts, clearing out any of these things, because these themes can definitely come up, and spending money on things that are tangible for the long term. So it's very a time of, getting very down and dirty and very serious for you. Libra. This is in your sign. This is in your sign. Especially you early degrees Libra. So all the themes to do with your physical body, to do with your work, your career, especially your relationships, people you work with, people you associate with, and, people that you also just have a general relationship with, Libra. You are more than relationships. Okay, that's what we need to get out of the bag. Libra is more than relationships. You guys are very creative. You guys are bosses out here. You're cardinal. So you're not only are you starting a new not only are you starting a new season, which is autumn, you're also starting something brand new for yourself. So, you know, so your relationships are going to be revamped. You're going to be revamped. Your physical body is going to be revamped. Your who you socialize will be revamped as well. But also, there could be new contracts that come up. You could, if any of you are bosses out here, which I'm sure a lot of you are, you could be really revitalizing contracts, you know, making things a bit more fair now. There could be things to do with like the court system that you guys may have to deal with, whether you are judges or barristers, any of that type of thing. But it's a brand new beginning. It's time to make this work, Libra. Like I said before, this is the last time that Saturn's going to be in your 5th house. So if you are, it's a time that you guys may be forcing yourself to really just go out there and have some fun. Even sometimes you may not feel like to, because there's that seriousness that's coming up. But, you know, I feel that a lot of you are going to get a lot of opportunities to have a bit of fun. But you may have to obviously sort out things to do with like your relationship as well. That's going to be coming up. Any stress or drama. There could be, some of you could be wanting to really commit again, because we are in retrograde season. There could be past relationship issues that come up, that maybe some of you may be thinking that you're unwilling to commit, but also there could be past relationships that come into your life again from the past. It could be from 5 years ago, it could be from 30 years ago. So if you are single, you may want to mingle with past people. But if you are single, or if you are in a relationship, you may want to just really change something now. And, you know, again, you're a communicative sign. Communication is going to be key. I also feel that things actually will, especially when it goes direct, I feel that things actually will like go the way that you want it to, especially if you're being honest, because Jupiter also rules your 3rd house. So as long as you're being honest with your plans and what you're thinking, Libra, I think that things should definitely go fine. Especially if you're sticking to your word as well. Like if you want to commit to anything and after then something new comes along and you just, you know, so really your word is your bond now, Libra, okay? And some of you could also be coming up with like new fresh ideas in terms of how you want your life to be between now and next year, or between, when the full moon goes into Libra. So really take your time with all the freshness that you want in your life. And the card that you have is the 7 of Swords. A lot of Swords cards coming up, guys. So this card is about, you have to be very mindful of this card, because a lot of you, like I said before, could be promising more than you can chew. You can bite more than you can chew. So that's one of the reasons why I said just be mindful of what you say, because of the whole excitement with the, you know, Jupiter Neptune conjunction. But I feel that there could be a side that you could be deceiving yourself in some way. Like you may decide you're going to be healthy, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, and after it's just like, oh, I can't be bothered. So, you know, and it's not like you're dishonest, just that, you know, just don't promise more than you can chew. And also in terms of like communicating in your relationship, what you promise your partner, or what even you promise yourself, just be mindful of that. This card is about dishonesty. It's about false prophets as well. So just be mindful, and try not to get too carried away with yourself, because that can potentially happen. I also feel that if a past relationship does come up, it could be business or personal. And, you know, when anything from the past comes up, you do have to be very honest. So it's important to be honest in your dealings. It's very also important to be honest in your thoughts, especially if anything went wrong. You know, if you played a part in it, just be honest, because I feel that they will be honest too. Okay, so 7 of Swords is just guiding you you know, and also it can actually help you move forward, because I feel that a lot of you can actually see where you're holding back. This new moon will actually show where you're holding back in your mind, your thinking, and even your feelings. So yeah, honesty is key. But also happy solar return. Hello Scorpio. So this new moon is in your 12th house, with the 6th house action going on with Jupiter there. So a time to rest, for a lot of you Scorpions, even though you may not feel like it too, because we got like the lunar eclipse coming up, the solar eclipse coming up in your sign. So I feel that you guys may be prepping for that. But before that happens, it's time to rest, listen to your emotions, release anything that you don't need. Your dreams are going to be very, very powerful now, Scorpio. With the, with the retrograde with Jupiter there, is about your daily habits and routines. So that's going to be coming into play. You guys, I feel that listening to your body is going to be very important, because you guys could be really pushing yourself, but you're tired. So again, listening to your body, listening to what your heart and also your intuition is saying, because it's more than likely that you can just injure yourself. Like if you're tired, you had 2 hours sleep and you're pushing yourself to do that type of workout, and it's just like, oh, just really listen to your body. But this is a time to restructure your routines in some shape or form, like your job, your work. The 6th and 12th house is like open enemy season. So you could also find out if someone's trying to sabotage you in some way, or even you could be sabotaging yourself. It could go either way, Scorpios. There could be some paranoia that comes up, because you may also feel that you're either not resting too much or you're resting too much. It can actually be a confusing time for a lot of you Scorpions, but I feel your intuition is going to be guiding you if only you listen to it. So the card you got is a Tower card, and the Tower card is about, yes, it can be very scary, but it is a card that is about dissolvement in a very shocking way. So that's one of the reasons why I said to you, just be listening to your intuition, because there could be things that come up mentally, spiritually, emotionally, that if you're not listening, it can just shock you, and you'll be forced to like just relax and calm down. And I also feel that while you are doing that whole relaxation, you could come up with so many new ideas. Like it could be creative ideas. I feel that if you feel that you have to do more, it's about doing less. And if you're stuck in any way, if you need to come up with anything, you'll find that the more you rest, the more ideas will actually come. But the Tower card is your guide. It is showing you to just, anything that comes up, just work with it, because you don't want to get a shock in the end. Okay. And also, like I said, I feel that a lot of you with the Tower card, you can find out some shocking things. There's going to be some shocking truths and some secrets that can come out. So just, listen out for that too. Hello, Sagittarius. So Saggies, you're going to be probably actually enjoying this. Because, it's in your 11th house of friends, hopes, wishes, organizations, groups, protests, all of that. And, you do have the opposition to Jupiter, which is in your 5th house. Woo! So you got 11th, 5th house action going on, just like your friend or lover, Gemini. So what can you do? This is a great time to be setting your intentions for your goals and dreams until we have the full moon in Libra. And it's also great that a lot of you may, because you're ruled by Jupiter. So you definitely may feel in your element, especially because it's in an air sign. I feel a lot of you will feel in your element. I feel a lot of you may feel much more, even or more so confident more than usual. But be mindful you don't burn yourself out, okay? Because Jupiter can go over the top and burn itself out and wonder why, what is this? So just be mindful of that. But still, you could be, some of you could also be dating multiple people, because it's the time of fun. You could be starting like a new fitness regime, which is always good for a lot of you Sagittarians. Also, you could be doing it in a group. You could find a group that you align with, and you could be, doing something creative with them. Or if you've got children, you can be creative with children. The topic of children can actually come up as well, by the way. Some of you may just be in discussion with your partner about it. expanding your brood type of thing. But this is great for setting new goals when it comes to anything that is creative, anything that is new, anything that involves a group, but also anything that involves, you know, having fun as well. Yes, you can find during this new moon, you can be burning the candle at both ends. So I just feel, if anything, just really pace yourself, Saggies, because you know, the card you actually got is the Sun card, which is the Leo card, which is ruled by your fifth house. And it's just, it's a lovely card. It's a beautiful card, actually. It's just showing that anything you put your mind to, again, what anything you want to do, it can happen. Just choose your friends carefully, listen to what's being said, but also try not to do too much things at the same time, because you, like Geminis, can really just burn your energy out, and then you find you can't do what you want to do. And that goes to do with if you've got children as well. You know, you may want to, like, let's try this, let's do this, let's go here, let's go to this museum, let's go to this park, let's go shopping, let's play football all in a day. Then you find out that you're just too tired on Sunday to do anything. So again, pace yourself. Even when it comes to spending as well, really pace yourself. But yeah, the Sun card is a light of brilliance, is a light of creativity. And you guys may feel that this time you may feel at your most creative. Ideas come to you quickly. There's people that you're aligning with that can really help you, and you can help them. So it feels very much a fun time for you. Hello, Capricorn. So Capricorn, this new moon is in your 10th house. So a lot of you, and it's actually your house. So a lot of you are ready for that career change. Some of you may be getting a promotion or be working on trying to get a promotion. There could be a change within bosses, higher ups, or even like your position can change in general. You may decide that, you know, some of you may decide you want to start up your own business. This is a great time for it. And you've got the opposition in your 4th house. So I feel that memories or feelings, thoughts could be coming up from to do with like the past. Your parents can play a big part in like your decision making during this time. It could also yeah, I feel that you're something to do with your ancestors or parents can play a big part in what's going on. But I do see and feel that there may be like something changing within your career, and especially because this is actually your house, it feels more potent, it feels more powerful. And you know, for a lot of you Capricorns, I feel that any like major decisions that you're going to be making, you know, you will be needing a lot of like alone time, because you may be feeling very much in your feelings when you come to any type of decision making. But I feel that having that alone time, having that peace time, having that, you know, time to retreat, you'll be gaining lots of like answers to any like type of problem solving, or if you're really ready to make that first move. And obviously this could be beneficial for your family too, you know, the home life. There could be a sense of a lot of you, you know, if it's a change of job, it could be because you want to be more closer to home, or it could be that, you know, some of you may want to be away from home. You know, it could go either way. But regardless, you know, the 4th house in, you know, the Jupiter in your 4th house is making you see that there's certain changes that need to be done in the home. But obviously it is definitely more to do with your career. And the card that you have is the Knight of Swords. Again, a lot of swords cards. It's showing you that, you know, you're going to be very concrete in your plans. I feel that a lot of you will be taking a lot more time in strategizing when it comes to your career and also your home. This card is about action, so you're going to be going straight for the jugular, and any type of like drama, it'll be sorted out very quickly. So if there's any drama at home now, you're going to be sorting out quickly because your mind is very much concentrated on your career. Again, you're going to be finding balance. This is a mind card. This is an analytical card. So, you know, it's not going to, I don't feel a lot of you guys are very sensitive anyway. But this time feels that it's not going to be a time of putting emotion. It's about putting the logical side, putting the logical above the emotion. So, and I feel that you're going to be needing this anyway, especially if there's something going on within your career, whether you're initiating it or whether higher up are. But again, you know, home life is one of the main sources here. So there could be some stress that goes on, and also another thing that could be happening, because you're going to be feeling this because this is in a cardinal house. This is a cardinal time. If there is any stress at home, you may feel it may be to do with your career. You may be putting your all in your career and not enough to do with the home. So again, it's about finding that balance. Aquarius. So this new moon in Libra is in your 9th house of higher learning and beliefs, publishing, law. You know, it's a Sagittarius house. I feel that a lot of you guys will be feeling pretty positive because you've got the opposition in your 3rd house, and you know you've got this 3rd and 9th house action going on. So I'm actually seeing or I'm feeling tick tock, like it's like a clock. So I feel that your mind is going tick tock, like making lots of plans on you're going to do this and you're going to do that. So it's great to be setting new intentions, to be doing something outside your comfort zone. You hear that, Aquarius? Something outside your comfort zone. You know, Saturn is wrapping up in your sign. You've got this square that's happening. So it's about, you know, your needs, your home life, you know, all these needs are happening. And I feel that you may come to this conclusion right now. Some of you may decide you want to learn a language like Mandarin or like a different language, or, you know, go back to college and study. So your mind is very on fire about what you're going to be learning, what you're going to be doing. You could be talking more, communicating more. You could be associating yourself with like different types of people, young and old. And, you know, you could also be asking a lot of advice from people as well. Because Jupiter also rules your 2nd house. So if you are going to be doing anything, or anything you'll be doing will be helping you in your finances anyway. But you just have to be true to it. It's not about doing it for the money. It's about doing something true to what you believe in, and also the money will flow. Okay, so the card you have is the Empress. Lovely major arcana card. The Empress is about, you know, self-care. So because you're going to be extremely busy, Aquarius, you know, taking care of the self. This card is about nurturing as well. So you're going to have to nurture yourself. Try to nurture yourself. Try to take care of the needs. But also taking care of the needs of others as well, but taking care of your own needs as well. Slowing down, doing something quite artistic will really help you as well. It doesn't have to be like painting or drawing. It could be like something that's to do with computers, but you're building like a new website, something very avant-garde, because you know you've got Pluto going in your sign for like 3 months next year. So you're like easing into the start of the show again, even though Saturn is leaving. So you're coming to like this major conclusion, but you're also coming to this major beginning that's going to be happening. So finding something that's creative, do some self-care as well, which can help you revitalize your mind, help you calm down as well. And, you know, this card is also to do with paying really good attention to detail, but paying good attention to what your body needs are as well. Because the 9th and 3rd house, the 9th house is to do with like the outer world, but the 3rd has to do with the mind. So because your mind's going to be busy, this card is showing that to take care of like the mind. And when it says nurturing yourself, it's like slowing down and smelling the roses, like relaxing, having lots of like relaxation baths, When these two houses are active, things can just go very, very quick, very fast. And even though you're ruled by Uranus as well, you may, again, overestimate, but you may also do too much and not knowing to slow down. And last but not least, we have Pisces. So Pisces, this is in your 8th house, new moon in your 8th. And I feel some of you Pisces, for some reason, you dread when it's in your 8th house. But the thing is, we've got Jupiter there, okay? And Jupiter, you're ruled by Jupiter, even though it's in your 2nd. So I'm picking up, try and save your coins, Pisces. There's things that you're going to be needing to pay. Remember, we've got retrograde happening. So there may be like old bills come up. There may be old, there be miscommunication when it comes to money. Whether it's to do with like the government, whether it's to do with a tax, whether it's to do with like your partner, they could be coming up. And some of it may be a mistake. Some of it may be that they weren't looking at their email or something, and it's like, oh, but we owe you money. And after, with the money that you're getting, you can just pay off your debts and loans. I feel a lot of you are wrapping up, paying off debts and loans. Definitely wrapping up. This is the time of wrapping it up anyway. And I also feel this is a time that a lot of you are, some of you also, because remember, the next time this happens, Saturn's going to be in your sign. So you guys are going to be very, also feel a bit like you could be quite frugal at the moment. You could be actually feeling that, you know what, Christmas is coming, so I can't really spend like I used to. But also there might be a bit of a groundedness with you guys, like, I need to, this is what I need to spend, or this is what I need to save. So it could be a lot of that coming up. Also, some of you may even get money back. I'm also feeling some of you may get money back, and it could be from last year. It could be from anyone. It could be from your partner. It could also be from, it could be from, the tax man. It could be from, anyone, like money owed, you could be getting money back. But I do feel anything you're getting or even you're earning, you're going to be working on that to pay off things. And also because Jupiter's, you're ruled by it, it could actually be a lucky time. Because Pisces, you've been in your 12th house, and it's not been easy for a lot. I know a lot of you have been feeling very tired. A lot of you have been feeling like, you're forgetting things and all types of yada yada. So also you guys may feel quite tired as well, because the 8th house is a Scorpio house, and it can make a lot of you feel very much emotion and feeling very much in your emotions. Tiredness can happen, also anxiety can happen, because fears could be coming up as well, especially if you're getting like a bill and it's like, but I thought I paid it, and it, so just be mindful of that. But I do feel that there could be good tidings that could be coming for a lot of you, especially if you're working somewhere, and anything that needs to be paid off, Pisces, you'll be paying it off, but also you'll be getting back. Okay? So the card that you have is a devil card, and the devil card is warning you, like what I just said, Pisces, try not to overspend. This card is about greed. Okay, it's a Capricorn card. It's about greed. There's certain things that you might be chained to. Jupiter being in your 2nd house is about, eating. So you guys may be eating more, or you guys may be thinking, you know what, I need to like restrict, because I've got all this, but I'm just going to spend it all on this. So I feel that you guys may be looking at, restricting yourself in some way in what you're cooking, what you're eating. Not cooking, but more what you're eating. But also restricting in and budgeting. Okay? Because just because you're having a lot coming doesn't mean you have to just spend it all off, because it can be something that needs to be revised or something that needs to be looked at. So the card is just showing you to pace yourself and look at the smaller printing things. Okay, so guys, that was the Libra new moon, which is happening on the 25th and 26th of September. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let me know how this Libra new moon has gone for you. And also, feel free to follow me on my Instagram and on my podcast. I've actually put up a new video, a new podcast about Saturn going into Pisces. So check that out. But once again, guys, thank you very much for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.